Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, we reveal why Denise Richards and Aaron called it quits as Ariana Beerman opens up about her parents' divorce. Plus, Emily Simpson gives an update on her son Luke after he was diagnosed with an eating disorder.
Two of the major stressors that he was dealing with at that time was me filming.
Okay.
And it was school. And he was really struggling with both of those.
And Nene Leakes talks future of Atlanta as Alexis Bellino has some choice words for Shannon Beador. We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. I'm Christina. Let's get right into the news of the week with Denise Richards. Now, we were pretty shocked when she split with her husband Aaron, but some close to them weren't shocked at all. A source tells Us Weekly they love each other, but they haven't been happy. He filed for divorce, but she can't continue like this. Now, behind the scenes of their Bravo show, Denise Richards and Her Wild Things, financial strain was mounting. An insider told us that she's loved him for all he's done and supported his dreams, but it's also been a big financial burden on her that she can't continue to carry. Now, Aaron, who hasn't made income since shutting down his wellness business in 2024, told the court his monthly income is zero, while Denise earns about $250,000 a month. Now, she wouldn't be making ends meet without OnlyFans. This is what a source told us, and it's saved them financially. Now, despite his help with her kids, pets, and work, the source adds that he's done a lot for her, but at the end of the day, he hasn't brought in any money to the marriage, and it hasn't been enough. I mean, definitely finance will put a strain on a marriage, and it seems like if he's bringing in no income and she's kind of carrying that burden, it's probably just too much for everybody to handle. And unfortunately, despite her saying that divorce was not an option, it seems like that's where this is headed. Well, speaking of divorce, Ariana Beerman is opening up about the toll her parents' bitter divorce has taken on her. In a new interview with People magazine, she admitted that she's unintentionally taken sides in the messy split between Kim and Kroy, calling it really sad overall and a tough couple of years. While Ariana says she's tried to stay neutral, she admitted it's been difficult as the former couple's legal battle drags on and on. I mean, she was here too, and she said that she and Kroy don't really have as close of a relationship as they once had. And, you know, the financial strain of her giving money all the time, despite the drama, Ariana insists that she's now financially independent and focused on rebuilding. She says her mom is thriving too, but things remain strained with Kroy, who she once called her best friend. Kim reportedly isn't thrilled with Ariana airing family drama on TV, which we talked about last week, but she maintains that she's just sharing her truth. So definitely a messy situation. You know, Kim has appeared on Next Gen NYC. It seems like they're in a better place, but this definitely takes a toll on the family unit in general. All right, well, Erika Jayne revealed she's ready for even more change after estranged husband Tom Girardi's prison sentencing and their hopefully upcoming divorce, and it seems like it's gaining more steam. She said on the Diamonds in the Rough podcast, "I have a lot legally going on, and it's all like storming at once. At one, I have a lot, yes, and one of them is the divorce." She explained that her and Tom's divorce, which began when she filed back in November of 2020, should be happening here anytime after 4 years of delays. She added, but now that Tom is, sentenced to prison, it's time to get a divorce and all that shit. She teased that it's just time to shed all of that and move on and make the next chapter of my life as best as it can be. She has been trying to move forward for nearly 5 years after announcing her split from Tom back, like I said, in 2020. The pair were married for 21 years before they parted ways, and their issues only grew worse after their separation. In December 2020, Tom was accused of embezzling settlement funds that were meant for victims of families killed in a plane crash. We know he was recently sentenced, so it just seems like this is dragging on and on and on, and hopefully she can move on with her life and put this divorce behind her. Speaking of people that are moving on, Teddi Melanchamp is moving on from Richie Ray already. She said on the same podcast, "You guys, the press needs to get on it a little bit faster because by the time they figured out who my mystery man was, we're already done. I had to call things off." Now, Erika said that she wasn't expecting Teddi to say that. When Erika asked what happened, Teddi explained that she's currently unable to be in a long-term relationship, which is where she actually saw this heading. She said, "Right now, it started getting to the point where it's starting to get a little bit more serious. I was like, I don't have the capacity for this right now. He's a really nice guy, couldn't be nicer." She agreed with Erika's assessment that the timing sucks for a new romance. She said, "I don't feel my best, so when I have downtime, I want to rest." It's not even like about a need right now, and I think that's the crazy thing about this. So it just seems like, maybe right person, wrong time. They sparked romance rumors last month when Page Six published photos of them as she continues undergoing treatment for stage 4 cancer. Like I said, maybe just right person, wrong time. She's really got to focus on her health, and her children. And, she saw this going into a serious direction and she's just not ready for it. So kudos to her for knowing what's right for her at this time. All right, well, Alexis Bellino might be not on OC this season, but she's still clapping back at Shannon Beador after the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County. During the season 19 premiere on July 10th, viewers watched Shannon discuss her outlook on life nearly 1 year after splitting from John Jansen. She said, "I don't think about John at all. I did settle the lawsuit because it was important for me to not have any ties to him anymore. We settled on $60,000, so enjoy that wedding that I paid for." Well, in response to the comments, John's fiance and Shannon's former co-star Alexis reacted to the suggestion that the lawsuit settlement would pay for her upcoming wedding. Well, Alexis told us $60K barely cuts one piece of the cake. So here we go, Shannon. We'll send you one slice of the cake. As for Shannon, speaking of John in the new season, Alexis was less than impressed. She said, "First of all, obviously, I'm still Shannon's storyline, and I'm glad I could help her out with that. But here's the other part to that. Let me just set the record straight. It was $75,000 she owed my soon-to-be husband. We then gave her a discount of $15,000, so you're welcome, Shannon, but also keep his name out of your mouth. She can't keep his name out of her mouth, but he'll be my husband, not hers, so it's time for her to move on." I feel like, back in 2024, John sued Shannon for breach of oral contract and promissory fraud, claiming that she failed to repay him $75K. In November 2024, the pair settled. I don't think that this is going to be Shannon's storyline this season. I think that she was just kind of wrapping it up, letting us know where they settled. But I feel like Shannon is leaving John in the past and looking forward towards the future. All right, well, keeping it in OC, and Emily Simpson is opening up about her son's eating disorder for the very first time. During the premiere episode, The Real Housewives of Orange County star revealed that her 10-year-old son, Luke, was recently diagnosed with avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. And we recently caught up with Emily, who gave us an update on her son.
He's really, really good right now. That is because I feel like two of the major stressors that he was dealing with at that time was me filming, and it was school. And he was really struggling with both of those. So where we're at right now, it's summer. We've eliminated the filming, and we've eliminated him being in school. So he's doing well. Shane and I are also working really hard at parenting him differently than we do the other children, and trying to learn as much as we can about him and what he's dealing with. But I am concerned because I know he's going to go back to school in August, and then unless they fire me, I'll probably start filming again. And so those are two things that he really struggled with this year.
Do you struggle with the fact going back to filming then?
I do, but I feel like maybe Shane and I can preemptively do better because we didn't know it was going to affect him so much. So we just kind of went into it and just started filming like normal. And then he has a really hard time with the filming because it's not structured. And he doesn't know when I'm going to be gone and when I'm going to come home. And even when you try to tell him, you know how it's organic, it changes. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it's 3 times a day, sometimes it's a trip. And he had a really hard time grasping that, and it really bothered him. So I'm thinking going into it that we can preemptively prepare him for it better, talk about it, work through it, maybe have a calendar or something that helps.
And you can set more boundaries, what's good for you and what's good for your family.
I love that she's opening up about this, raising awareness, and doing a really great job. All right, well, wrapping it up with Nene Leakes, and she is getting real about her future with Atlanta. The reality icon says she's not sure she'd ever return, especially not as a friend like Cynthia Bailey. During an appearance on Cynthia's Humble Brag podcast, Nene said it's hard to imagine being reduced to a supporting role after launching the franchise in season 1. While she's open to working with Bravo again, she turned down a spot on The Traitor season 4, revealing her son Brent is still in the hospital after a heart transplant last year. Now, NeNe left Atlanta in 2020 and later filed and dropped a lawsuit against Bravo and Andy Cohen. Still, it sounds like she hasn't totally closed the door on reality TV. I mean, I would love to have NeNe back on Atlanta. I feel like she's kind of like the missing piece that we need, but who knows really how Bravo feels behind the scenes after the lawsuit was, filed and then dropped. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and I'll see you next week.